Welcome to Sissygram Spicy Story channel. If you like my voice, then hit the like button and do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Today I come up with whole new content of story. So, now let's start the story. Sunlight streamed through the windows, filling the room with a gentle warmth as I sat at the kitchen table, flipping through a science magazine. My mother, Dr. Alina Parker, moved about the kitchen with her usual focus and precision. She was always like this, sharp, driven, and completely devoted to her groundbreaking research. But today, something was different. She seemed more animated, her movements laced with excitement. "Alex, can you come here for a moment?" She called out, her voice brimming with enthusiasm. Setting the magazine aside, I walked over, curious about what had her so energized. "What's going on, Mom?" I asked, noticing the rare sparkle in her eyes. "This summer," she began, a genuine smile lighting up her face, "you have the chance to assist me with a revolutionary experiment." How does that sound? The prospect of working alongside my mother on her research made my heart race. It was a dream I had harbored for as long as I could remember. Her work in genetics and hormonal science had always fascinated me. "Really? What kind of experiment?" I asked eagerly, sitting down at the table as she gestured for me to join her. "We're working on a project aimed at reversing aging," she explained, her excitement contagious. "It involves a combination of genetic manipulation and hormonal treatments, cutting-edge science, and having you as my assistant would be invaluable." "What do you need me to do?" I asked, both excited and cautious. She paused, her tone becoming more serious. "We've reached a critical stage where we need a human subject to observe the effects up close. It will be in a controlled environment, and I'll monitor everything carefully," she assured me. "I was hoping you'd be willing to participate." Her words carried a weight of responsibility, but the opportunity to collaborate with her was too incredible to pass up. Mom, what's the plan?" I replied, my excitement overcoming any apprehension. Relief and pride spread across her face. "Excellent. We'll begin with a series of injections and monitor your progress closely. Trust me, that's completely safe." Over the following days, the preparations unfolded like a whirlwind. My mother meticulously explained every detail of the procedure, and I signed the necessary consent forms. By Monday morning, I was ready for the first injection. As the needle entered my arm, I barely felt a thing under her expert hand. I continued with my daily routines, helping my mom with the experiment while spending time with friends. But after about a week, subtle changes began to emerge. At first, I dismissed them as typical changes that came with nearing my 17th birthday. However, by the second week, the transformations became unmistakable. My facial features started softening, and my voice began losing its deep tone. Most surprising was my hair. It grew rapidly, falling past my shoulders, and even surpassing my sister's in length. "Mom, is this supposed to be happening?" I asked one evening, running my fingers through my increasingly silky hair. Her eyes studied me carefully, her expression softening. "It's unusual, but not necessarily concerning," she replied. "Well, continue monitoring it closely." But the changes didn't stop there. My body hair thinned until my skin was completely smooth, and my body began reshaping itself. My hips widened, my waist grew more defined, and my chest started to swell noticeably. Anxiety bubbled to the surface. "Mom, something's not right," I said one day, my voice now higher than it had ever been. My mother's expression shifted to one of shock and realization. "We have to stop the experiment immediately," she declared. Despite her efforts to reverse the changes, it soon became clear that the transformation was irreversible. The serum had fundamentally altered my genetic makeup. Staring into the mirror, I barely recognized myself. My sharp, angular features had softened into a more feminine visage. My shoulders had narrowed, my waist slimmed, and my long, glossy hair cascaded down my back. I don't know who I am anymore, I said, tears welling in my eyes. How can I live like this? My mom pulled me into a tight embrace. Alex, I know this is overwhelming, but you're not alone. Maybe it's time to embrace this change and see where it leads. You're not losing yourself. You're evolving. Her words stirred something deep within me. Memories I had long buried surfaced. Memories of sneaking into my sister Rose's room as a child, trying on her clothes, and feeling an indescribable thrill. I had always kept that part of myself hidden, but now it felt like the universe was giving me an opportunity to explore it. Taking a deep breath, I looked at my mom with newfound determination. I think you're right. Maybe it's time to embrace this and see where it takes me. She smiled warmly and squeezed my hand. Then it's settled. I think it's time for a new name, one that reflects this change. How about Anna? The name felt like a perfect fit. Anna, I repeated, letting it settle. Yes, I like that. That evening, I shared my decision with Emma. Her surprise quickly turned into excitement. Anna suits you, she said with a grin. I've always wanted a little sister to dress up. Tomorrow, we're going shopping. The next day, Emma took me to the mall with infectious enthusiasm. We sifted through racks of dresses, skirts, and blouses, finding outfits that felt right for my new identity. She also introduced me to makeup, patiently teaching me how to apply foundation, blush, and mascara. At first, I was clumsy, but with Emma's guidance, I began to feel more confident. You look beautiful, Anna, she said after finishing my first makeover. Gazing into the mirror, I hardly recognized the confident, radiant girl staring back. A genuine smile crept across my face. Thanks, Emma. I feel different, but in a good way. Over the next few weeks, Emma continued to guide me through the world of fashion and femininity. She taught me how to walk in heels, carry myself with poise, and discover my personal style. The initial embarrassment gave way to a growing sense of joy and self-acceptance. One evening, Mom approached me with a serious expression. Anna, we've made progress with the experiment, she said. If you want to reverse the changes and go back to being Alex, we can make that happen. Her words lingered as I considered the possibility. But as I reflected on everything that happened, the warmth, the acceptance, and the sense of belonging, I realized I didn't want to go back. Mom, I've never felt more like myself than I do now, I said. I want to stay as Anna. Tears of joy filled her eyes as she hugged me tightly. Anna, I'm so proud of you. This is just the beginning of your journey, and I'll be here every step of the way. That evening, surrounded by my mom and Emma, I felt an overwhelming sense of love and belonging. This was who I was meant to be, and I was ready to embrace it. This is where the story wraps up. Share your thoughts in the comments below. For more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you soon. See you next time.